Why not to give up in life? Everybody's gonna have obstacles when you're in life, no matter what you do, all right? You can have something, you can be doing something, and it can be going great. You know, you can do whatever it is, be the happiest person, and all of a sudden it takes 1 second and everything's gone. The advice I can give everybody out there, that your life could change in a blink of an eye. So live it to the fullest. You know, you got haters out there, do not listen to them. Just let them haters fuel you more to do what you love to do. Stick to what you love to do and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. I started out playing football, you know. I had goals in life to go from high school to college to pro. I hated school, hated. My goal was I was gonna go to college, I was gonna walk in, nobody knowing who I was. That first year of college when I was playing football, everybody was gonna know who I was. If a pro team was gonna offer me $1 million that next year to go, I was taking it. That was my goal. I was going to go play NFL. Didn't know who it was, didn't care where I went. That was my main goal. All right. Playing football, I had it in my mind. When I put that football helmet on, nobody was gonna be who Logan Weeks was. You know, I was gonna make a statement the first second of the football game. When that ball kicked off, that was when we made a statement. I believed, this is my philosophy in football. If you hit below the knees on the football team, you're absolutely pansy. And I said it, pansy. I don't care how big you are. If you're 140 pounds, you know, you're gonna hit me straight up. Why? Because that's hard. You have a 140 pound guy versus a 300 pound guy. That 140 pound guy take that guy, you know what? Yeah, that is complete heart. You have some little guy that said, oh, I'm afraid of him because he's 300 pounds. Yeah, that's bull. Absolutely bull. So our whole football team, we didn't believe in it, you know. All from my 7th grade year to my 11th grade year. That's just how it was. They knew who South Choctaw was. For one thing, we didn't care, we hit. We weren't known for our speed, our agilities, how good we was, especially how good we was, because we definitely wasn't good as a football team. We was okay, we wasn't good. But they knew who we was because we was gonna hit you head up no matter how big or who you was. It's just how it was. Everything was going great, you know. I was playing football, I felt like the king of the football field, you know. All my buddies, I probably had 2 or 3 buddies actually on the football team who actually gave a crap about winning. You know, our football team, we really didn't care. We had a couple of those guys who actually cared, who put effort into it. I love football. You know, I love football. Till this day, I love football. It's just, I took so many hits, played so many downs, it just takes a beating on you. Well, y'all heard I played until my 11th grade year. What happened was, before my 11th grade year, I played football. I played each, my 10th, my 9th, my 8th, 9th, and 10th grade year with 3 concussions a season. 3. Didn't tell nobody. Yes, I told people, but you know, being a small team, I thought I just had to play. That was what I had to do. I thought it made me look tough. Well, all of a sudden, we had 2-a-days, and I realized I didn't feel real funny. You know, I just figured, oh, I just getting a flu, you know, everything like that. And well, went back that next day. I felt like crap. Well, I had a girl who was my best friend, she looked at me and she said, "Logan, you don't look so good." So I'm just coming down with something. Well, a few minutes went by. I told Coach I couldn't practice. You know, he called me a pansy, you know, everything else like that. Well, I didn't practice. Well, 3 hours went by, and I just couldn't stand it. I said I had to go. And all of a sudden, it was just like, bam, something hit me. Well, I don't remember nothing else. This is all stories I heard. My best friend, Haley Adams, drove me to my house and said they got me to my house. I wasn't breathing. I barely was staying alive. You know, nobody knew what happened. This had all happened in a 12-hour period. Got rushed to the hospital. You know, everything was going great. Got out of the hospital, came back home, hit me again. Well, after the third trip to the hospital, they finally came in. I was running 105 fever. They told my mom and dad, he ain't gonna be nothing but a vegetable. You know, he ain't gonna be able to walk again. He ain't gonna be able to do absolutely nothing. So, you know, they done faced the fact that I was gonna be a vegetable. You know, I wasn't gonna be able to walk. I wasn't gonna be able to do none of this. And staying in the hospital, you know, I could hear some. I could hear some of this. You know, I can't really make out anything. Well, all of a sudden, the next day they said my temperature started dropping. It went from 105 to 104 to 103 to 102, and just kept going down. All of a sudden, I woke up. Everything was completely fine. My body function was fine. My everything was fine. That day, I walked out of the hospital completely healthy. Not a single thing was wrong with me. All by the grace of God. Well, I walked in South Choctaw Academy, and they looked at me like, like I was back from the dead. Nobody could believe this, you know. And I played. I came back. I had 1 week left of football. Well, not 1 week. 1 week till my very first football game. I played that football game. Yes, I played it. I went over no spring training, no summer ball, nothing. You know, I had it up here that I was gonna play football, and I didn't give a crap what anybody thought. You know. Well, looking back on everything, that wasn't how I should have took it. I should have took that whole year off. And I ended up playing 8 games that year. 8. 6 of them I had a concussion in. Yes, 6. Wiped out my childhood. I can't remember none of it. The worst mistake of my life was playing that football. Was playing that year of football. Could have been All-State, could have been an All-Star, could have been all this, all but my hard-headed self played that 1 year of football. My football career was over. You know, I had scouts calling me saying, "Hey, you know, we wanted you to come." I had explained the whole story over and over. You know, you try to explain to someone that was your life and you could no longer play it no more because you was too damn hard-headed to listen to somebody and you wanted to play. You know, and it was completely the worst year of my life. Absolutely the worst. The sickness, what I had was a bacterial disease. They don't know how I got it. They just up and came. So spinal meningitis. I was the first person in the state of Alabama to survive from spinal meningitis. They had 3 or 4 other people that a few years back that actually died from it. I was the first one in Alabama who actually survived it. I came out extremely lucky and blessed. Powerlifted since I was 15. You know, I won 10 powerlifting shows. I have 1 world championship I won, all as a teenager. And I always loved the bodybuilding lifestyle. Loved it. You know, I loved powerlifting. I loved being, you know, strong and everything. But I just absolutely loved the bodybuilding lifestyle. Well, Tom came up to me one day and said, Logan, you ought to think about bodybuilding. This is when I was 16, my fault. And I looked at him and I was like, you know, I always wanted to do it. You know, I just never had someone to show me how to do it. He started working with me. You know, I absolutely loved it. Well, did my first show last year, the NPC Alabama, where I was 19, very first show I ever did. Weighed in at 225. On stage at 225. Should have been about 8 pounds lighter. Just absolutely, my diet that morning didn't work out the way I wanted it to. And since then, I was completely hooked. So bodybuilding has been my life ever since. I mean, nobody tell you that you can't do this or you won't do that, you know. Just turn around and tell them, you know, hey, okay, whatever you say. Then when you do that, you go back to them and say, hey, you remember when you said I couldn't or I wouldn't and I couldn't be able to do that? Well, tell them to take it and shove it, because you just did.